Sixth Sense with Nikki Sixx.
What else we got going on? I mean, can you tell me like why you guys broke up in 2009?
Let's see. I think it was 2008. Gosh, no simple answer. I think I'll tell you a couple reasons. Straight up old-fashioned band dynamics. So I'm the boss. I put the band together. I'm the whole thing rests on my shoulders in a way. So if it failed, it's me, and I led with a lot of pressure. I don't think I knew how to enjoy the journey, the moment. So when we would play shows and thousands of people would show up, or like in Europe when we started growing an audience and stuff, I never could sort of lay back and go, wow, this is working. I would want to rethink the set or write more songs, or because for me, I was like, there's thousands of bands out there. Why do you think we would succeed? Like I had this thing, I think because I was coming from film and I got successful young, I know the highs and lows of success. So even though we did quite well as a touring band, I didn't really know how to enjoy it. So that's me being responsible for my part. Like for my band, I was just sort of like never satisfied.
Right. God, I can relate to that though. Like just being in a band, it's like I want more. And push. Yeah. Or I got also bored. The way I am as an artist, as an actress, I kind of was as a live performer and a musician. I'll sort of do something and then I'm like, oh, I want to do something totally opposite. So after some years, I got sick of playing that two guitar driven rock stuff that we were. And wanted stuff that was weird, for better or for worse. So when we split, I went and did that. I made a record with Omar Rodriguez Lopez of Mars Volta. Yeah, cool.
And I used my piano songs, and I got to get my weird out. I got to like rebel against my lick stuff. And then I came full circle, and then I was craving those little, verse chorus rockers. Then I appreciated it again. So there was a little bit of that, me wanting to go in a different musical direction. And also my right-hand man, Todd Morris, who came from H2O, a punk band, we were just going, like, not getting along. And so we split. We've since played shows again today, and then
it's funny how
years
it feels
go
so
by.
Tense.
Wait, what?
So tense when you're in
tense.
it.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, you're like, it wasn't that big of a deal about this. I like how you own in your part of it. And that's like something I like try to do is like after being in Motley, like I was in Motley for so long, it's like, you start to build resentment or frustration is a better word.
Yeah.
And then like, even I've only been away from Motley. How long has it been? 7 months? Like since we kind of broke up. But I'm like, I kind of appreciate it more. And I imagine like the few years I'll be like, wow, that was like really cool. But like sometimes it's like just sleeping with the same person for so long, you start to take it for granted, I guess.
Yeah, I thought for some reason I had a bad dream for a second that my shirt was askew. But you would have told me.
I would have said something.
Yes.
Said your shirt's askew.
I would have said, not, yeah, boop.
Well, this is my boyfriend's shirt and the sleeves are really big. Okay, everything was okay. Here's what's amazing, and you've done it incredibly. It is so hard to have a band that is an originator of a sound that stayed around for years and where there's no one else like them. Like you guys did that. It's such and to sustain that it's really the kind of like the holy grail.
Sometimes you're like,
rock.
This is
hard.
What we are.
Yeah.
And it's like, and then no one wants to move off of that.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah.
you're like, oh man, am I trapped?
Yeah.
Am I stuck? And that's the artist side of you, and you try to evolve inside that. So I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
I do understand. I've done like different bands outside of Motley, and I was like, whew, I could breathe, let the pressure off, and went back and appreciated it. So
then you could appreciate that. Yeah. But that's the other thing too with the licks. I appreciated what we were at our best was a really dynamic, ferocious rock band, and so the new band and the new songs, it just has more range of my expression, and there's a lot of songs I'm really proud of that we get to play now. That was wrapping my sentiment up, but I did start out with my being responsible. I would never publicly like air my frustrations with people where they couldn't speak for themselves ever. So it's just not the way I am.
Like I find it doesn't ever lead to anything good.
Yeah.
Whenever I've done that anywhere, I'm always like, why'd I do that? Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to work on this thing where it's like I'm trying not to have a knee-jerk reaction. I'm built on knee-jerk reaction. Yeah. Like if I look in the front row and I'm like, I'm going to jump in the front row, I'm going to jump. You can't stop me. And I'm trying to now go think about it. I still probably do it, but I'm just trying to think about my words and stuff a little bit more, especially coming out of Motley. It'd be real easy to say some stuff that I'd be sorry for, later and stuff.
That's true.
That's true.
Wow, you guys played your last show recently.
Show, yeah.
But let me ask you this. Had you played a last show before?
No. It was
and you never called it the last show? Oh, no, really?
No, we broke up and then got back together. But this was planned. This was planned for 2 years. So it was like literally a build up to January 31st, December 31st, whatever. So it doesn't matter.
It's just
brain dead.
31st.
But so when we did that last night, and it was a moment where I talked to the audience, and the whole audience was lit up. And I literally at 1 second, I just stopped, and I kind of went like in slow motion. I don't know what was happening. My whole, like, you know, they say your life will flash before your eyes. My musical life in Motley Crue just froze, and I just looked out, and I was like, everybody's looking at me right now, and I actually don't know what to say. Because like I didn't know if I wanted to cry or like, and it was kind of really pure and cool.
Well, that's
and
nice.
Then we blew up the stage and left, and it was awesome. And we'll never get back together, and we know that. We're like, we know it. We made a contract. We had lawyers. Nobody can ever. 2 guys can run off, and 3 guys can run. It's just not possible. And I love the finality of it. Wow. I love it. Like it's forcing me to go, you wanted to do something else, Nikki.
Right.
And now you don't have a choice.
Yes.
I'm walking the plank.
Mm-hmm.
And so there we are, see what happens. It's pretty cool, There's sharks out there.
Yeah. That's intense.
The Sixth Sense.
So after this, you go to band rehearsal?
I do.
I said
band practice.
I have kids, and my son, who's 25, is in a band.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
You're blowing my mind right now. Really? I didn't know you had a 25-year-old.
And he always tells me, "Oh yeah, Dad, I'm on my way to rehearsal." And so I was on my way to rehearsal, and he was on his way to rehearsal. I said, "What are you doing?" He goes, "I'm on my way to rehearsal." And I go, "I'm on my way to rehearsal, but I think I'm too old to be on my way to rehearsal." But then I realized Keith Richards goes to rehearsal.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Joe Perry goes to rehearsal.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, the whole thing of too old. Here's the thing. I got to open for the Pretenders for Chrissie Hynde. And when I watched her on stage every night, I saw no age. She's just a force. And with a lot of the people you mentioned, there's some people that are super ageist, like, no, they have to be who they were in 1974 or whatever. Like I saw the Led Zeppelin reunion, of course, not Bono.
The one in London.
In London. And I'm just like, that's that force. They're on stage, like, to me, they're just exude the magic that they have at any time. It may be different sounding or what have you. Anyway, so to me, when you see Bob Dylan or Neil Young and yes, those are the greats, but you're still like, you can do whatever you want as long as your heart is in it, as long as that's what you believe in and it's true for you, I guess.
You know, the guys that set the bar were the blues guys, right? And you were like, that guy's like 85 years old and he's playing the blues.
Yeah.
And you started to go, wow. So like Keith Richards is like kind of up next for me for some reason, because I always had eyes on Keith. I'm like, he's just doing what he loves.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a marketing thing. Of course, the Rolling Stones, it's a machine, but he just plays guitar.
Yeah.
And it's like, for me, like I've started to like step into this interesting place age-wise where I'm like, this is just what I do.
Yeah.
I just kind of started to realize it. Before, I was like, I'm doing something. And then it just hit me. It's like, oh, there really isn't a choice, is there?
Yeah. Where it's part of you, because you stop doing the thing of, maybe I should just do something else. Because I've had that all through my little young acting. I'm like, gosh, can I just do, get the real job or stop doing? And then you're like, no, this is who you are.
This is who you are.
For better or for worse.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty cool.
When you look back on your acting career and all the movies you've been in, did you at the time ever think that they would be what they are, that they would have taken on the lives that they did?
No, not at all. And I have a great story that cements that fact. I threw away my scripts from that. I'm so annoyed because I'm like 20.
But why would you keep them?
Well, that's the thing is when you're 20, you don't know you don't know what your fucking natural born killer's script is going to be. Where I wrote scenes on a napkin, like I wrote lines. What?
No, it's the same shit I did.
And you're like,
got rid of all my stage clothes and guitars. I'm like, whatever.
Well, see, now I'm back to full circle where I want to get rid of everything. Like since my dad passed, I'm like, it all doesn't matter. Only matters is our relationships, the energy we give with each other, and like stuff. What does it matter? So I'm wrestling with that because then you're like, what? But to hand it down or.
Yeah.
There's all that stuff. But anyway, that would have been nice. Those scripts like from Cape Fear, Natural Born Killers, What's Eating Gilbert Grape. But yeah, no, I get blown away on a weekly basis when people still have an emotional reaction to something I did when I was 19.
God, that's crazy.
And they give me so much love, like in airplanes and public places. I was just on an airplane yesterday. That's what I meant. But they're so sweet.
Do people come up and quote stuff all the time? Is that like a thing?
They do. And I've had that where I didn't know what the F they were saying. I'm like, why are they saying this really weird sentence? And I went, oh, God, right.
Have you ever been impressed?
Yes.
Really?
With someone's... I don't know, but people impress me because they're so funny.
Yeah.
The Sixth Sense.
Anything else you want?
Now I'm the business lady in me is back.
That.
It's like,
let's like
tell
wrap
everybody
up some of that
about
stuff.
it. Yeah, I just want to tell everyone about these tour dates. Because I'm not gonna lie, I mean, I'm a goofball here, but on stage I aim to, transform and create an electrical frequency, a vibration that's combustible within us all.
The Evel Knievel suit was perfect. I was like, yeah, that's exactly it. Somebody asked me when we were at Download, they said, oh, Juliette's over there. And I said, oh, yeah, I'm going to go over and say hi. And they go, what's she like? And I remember what I said. And then I was like, well, I better ask her if that's true. So here it is.
All right.
I said she's a wild child. I wrote it right here. Wild child, an artist, a girly girl, and a sexual serial killer. Are any of those things wrong? Are you a girly girl? I think you're a girly girl.
This is such a cute quote. Can I tweet this and then I'll say Nikki said?
You'll actually get credit for your own
I will credit
quote.
you.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I am a girly girl in the sense that I want to learn to bake my man pies.
Okay.
There's a real traditional side to me that just is. So yeah.
I had feeling that, just like seeing you over the years and stuff. I'm like, she's just a girly girl.
Girly girl.
But sexual serial killer is
I
great.
don't know what the F that means.
You know what that is? That's the name of your next song.
Well, you know,
sexual serial killer with that bass line.
Well, okay. I do have in this new song I have called Any Way You Want, the second verse goes, I'm a sexual predator. I say sexual predator. It's my alter ego. It's so not true.
It is the alter ego.
Yeah.
It's
usually when I haven't been having any sex at all is when I write the most sexual songs.
Right. You have to refrain for a while.
Mm-hmm. Get it out. It's one way or another. Well, I appreciate that quote. I could go with it.
Okay. Anytime you want to come down.
Thank you.
And we'll put all your tour dates up, make it all known at your Instagram, your merch Instagram, your Twitter, website, your home address,
T-shirt.
Your blood type.
Your blood type.
And where you originated.
I'm an O positive, I believe. I'm a carnivore. What? Okay, not really.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Nikki Sixx and Jen on the 6th Sense.